What's going on? It's your boy Money Zoe. You know what I mean? Shout out to heritagehiphop.com. Make sure y'all like that, subscribe it, hit it up, and check out the album, Money Zoe Black King. It's out on all platforms. Go buy that, support that, get it on Bandcamp. You hear me? We out here.
Peace and blessings, and welcome back to Heritage Hip Hop, where we bring your future favorite artists to you today. And today, I'm going to talk to my family from across the water. For everybody who doesn't know about the 1804 thing, you're corny. And I want you to understand that we celebrate our people all over the world. Please, introduce yourself to the people, my man.
I go by Money Zoe, Haitian artist from New Jersey, and yeah, everybody call me Money Zoe 1804, man. You know. That's
what I'm talking about. Look, first and foremost, let's give respect to the culture before we talk about the man. You know why people hate Haitians so much? Because Haitian people were the first people to buck the system.
Oh yeah, I know.
Haitian people bucked the system and fought against France for their independence. And when that happened, people in the world under white supremacy was like, they're the enemy, they're the evil ones, and they fought to keep them poor. But if you really study Haitian culture, that oppression made those people and the people so much greater, because even though the world was always trying to push them down, their music, their style, and their influence always made the world rich, because people kept going to Haiti to steal rather than to congratulate. Being a man of Haitian origin, how does that strength help make you a great artist and define you as a man?
First of all, I want to say I applaud you for knowing the history, because people don't even know all that. You know, they think Haiti just poor, just a third world country struggling, but they don't know the history behind it. Like, we know we still getting robbed, and the Clintons is doing it too. Like, we know what's going on, you know. But you can't even talk like that. You can't even mention that to a person that's not even on that level of thinking, because they think you're crazy when you say these things. But to answer your question, actually, when I first experienced, like, I don't know if you ever heard of Haitian American beef.
Yes.
For years it's been going on. Basically, multiple cities everywhere I basically went, Haitians and Black Americans used to be for nothing. Like, just, they didn't like us. You know what I'm saying? So basically, I had to buckle down and been to many fights, been to, you know, other things that, you know, things happen. And it's like, that's what happened. Like, I had to be brave and be strong for all that, and go when I went through all that, and that helped me with what I'm going through now with as far as music. It just built me to be stronger and don't take no bullshit from a lot of things. I'm
glad you said that, you know, because I think unfortunately when it comes to being a person of melanated skin in this country, you're always fighting for respect and identity.
Right.
A lot of people in America do not want to mess with people from overseas who are of melanated skin, black men or women, Latin men or women, right, because we were taught that y'all were going to take away from us here. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Let me paint the picture for you. When I was younger, you had blacks, not African Americans, blacks. Mm-hmm. You had Africans, so they was called African booty scratchers. Right. You had people who came off the boat, they would come from banana boats. They foreigners, they talk Djibouti shit.
So look, Africans called us Haitian, it was HBO, Haitian body odor.
Yeah, I remember. Look, we're gonna keep it real. We're gonna talk about all that on here, right? We were taught to hate everybody systematically on purpose to keep white supremacy supreme in this country.
Right.
Here's where it changed though. In the 1970s, a Jamaican man named Kool Herc started hip hop. Right? He didn't start it. They just coined it and it became a party thing. Right. But West Indian culture, Haitian culture, African culture, all those cultures from overseas brought everybody together, because everything that was here was taken, and somebody from A grassroots from over there came and brought it together, and then everybody had to come together, and we started seeing we more together than we are separate.
Right.
How did music help you, help people understand you more rather than just identify you as something that they don't want to be a part of?
So to answer that question, with music, you can get stuck in a genre where you can't really truly express yourself. Mm-hmm. So as an artist, you have to step into yourself and basically push yourself. You have to get out your comfort zone. Mm-hmm. And to me, I never really had a spot where I just stayed in, but everybody else just always wanted me to just stay in one lane. Like, nigga, you a trap nigga, you a street nigga. Like, nah, actually I like to make pop records, and I could do dancehall and Afrobeat, so I have to do other type of music because it's different ways I like to express myself. You know what I mean? You can't just express yourself through trap. Sometimes you gotta talk some real shit. Sometimes you gotta talk some family shit. You know, my mom passed away, and I mention her on every song. I said I'm gonna mention her on every song. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I express myself through the music, just writing what I go through, and I like to be honest on my records. You know, not honest where I sell, like honest to the point I get myself in trouble.
Oh yeah, no DJ Blast.
You know, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, to the point where I just want people to be more, you know, just in tune with me. Can't be capping to the people.
But you have to be real.
Yes.
And that's the one thing I know about you that makes me think you can make it. Mm. Whether you're going to make it is up to you. Right. But I think you can make it. Okay. And the reason why I think that is because to be an artist means to create art. Right. To be a rapper or musician means you're in a box. Right. The only thing about it is music. Yeah. But if you're an artist, you are a creator, not a person who's getting created for. Right. So as a person who's a creator, let me ask you this question. And I want to say, rest in peace to your mom. I lost my mom too. So unfortunately, we brothers in the family that people don't want to be in. Right. That pain is real. Right. But I think, let me ask you this question. I think your mom's more proud of you as she's moved on to prepare a place for you through your music. And the reason why I say this is this, and this comes into the question. Paying homage and appreciating life makes you creative, because then nobody can tell you what to make. It comes from your heart. Right. So how does your heart come through in your music rather than you just making stuff to sound?
Cause you gotta think, when you make music, you gotta think for the whole world. You can't just think for one person. You can't think for, my friend's gonna like this, you know what I'm saying? Or this person's gonna like that. When I think of music, I gotta think about every little kid in the world, every girl, every male, every older person, just how they would feel when they hear my song, how can they relate to it. So when I attack music, I attack it from how I feel, and then I take on other people's stories that, you know, trials and tribulations, things you go through in life and things you see, and you just put it in an overall pot and I just cook it up.
Yo, that's why I think you can make it, because you have that perspective. Because I'm gonna keep it real, whether you a street dude or not. Right. Check this out. I was told when I was first coming to do Heritage Hip Hop by one of my mini haters. Yeah. Shout out to the haters.
Shout out to the haters. They making us work.
Yeah, they make us work. Yeah. But they was telling me, because I ain't a street cat, I can't relate to street cats. Okay. But I'm like, that's the dumbest thing in the world, because the one thing that we can't relate to is respect. Right. As long as I respect you, we should have a good understanding. Right. And the one thing I do respect of you, whether you street, Haitian, black, white, whatever, is the fact that you are one of the most intelligent and creative people to ever walk the planet. And the reason why I say that is because you're a walking business. Right. So if the one thing you know about yourself is your worth. People want you, but they want to use you. Right. But then you have people who want you because you saved their lives by giving them good messages. Mm-hmm. How important has it been for you to give the message and also to receive the message from what you've created?
Very important, because it's like all these sayings, like you are what you eat, you are the company you keep, and so I feel like I definitely want to put out a message where I'm just about good energy. So let me start. I'm about good energy. So when I do make my music, I just want people to be happy. You know what I'm saying? I don't want somebody to wake up and just want to go do something bad, but you know what I'm saying? But everybody, you got a time and a place for everything. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Sometimes I wake up and I just don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to listen to music. You know what I mean? I want to observe my environment. You know what I mean? And sometimes you wake up, you want to play some drill shit or whatever you want to feel. So, you know, when I do take on my creativity, I just feel like I always want to think, what's the best way I can make people feel good, have a good time, enjoy their music, and while they, you know, listening to it.
Real hip-hop. Real hip-hop. We here. Real hip-hop. For real. Real